Welcome to this deep dive.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Today we're exploring a stack of sources that seem to orbit around a central concept, some called an access hub, and its connection to ordinary technology.
It's a really interesting mix of material we've got here. It looks like system readouts, maybe access panel info.
Yeah, and stuff from online repositories, even like code projects.
It feels less like just random data, doesn't it? More like a curated collection.
Exactly, like maybe the building blocks or something. So our mission today is to dive into these sources, figure out what's most important.
See what surprising connections pop up.
Yeah, and what it might all mean, for you listening.
Let's explore what this access hub might be gathering and, well, why.
Okay, so leading the charge, we've got this source that looks like a central dashboard or maybe an index. It's titled ordinaryaccess.panel.
Right. And straight away, you see it pulls in information from just incredibly diverse areas, listed under system modules.
It really is like a snapshot, isn't it? The kind of knowledge this access hub might be built on.
It truly is wide-ranging.
Yeah.
You can kind of group some of the findings, though, like there's a definite focus on environmental solutions, resourcefulness.
Right. It mentions revolutionary plastic recycling using specific enzymes.
Yeah, PTase and emitase.
Yeah.
These are like biological molecules that can break down common plastics, PT plastic.
Back into their basic components, monomers. Then it pivots pretty sharply, actually, to scientific and cosmic frontiers.
The source mentions DeepMind's AlphaFold as an example, how AI could potentially shave years, billions off drug development.
By sifting through possibilities way faster than humans ever could.
So this panel is linking deep space physics with practical health solutions and, everyday kitchen tips.
And it doesn't stop there. There's a building and making section, too.
Talks about companies like Icon who are using 3D printing,
To build entire houses, right, out of concrete, in days.
which offers incredibly rapid, affordable housing. You think about disaster zones,
Yeah, potentially vital. And alongside that, major innovation.
the practical 3D printing tip.
Ah, of course. What is it?
Using glue stick or hairspray for PLA bed adhesion on a heated print bed.
Ah, okay. Helping the plastic stick properly while it prints. Anyone who's tinkered with 3D printing knows that frustration.
Exactly. Again, revolutionary and ordinary side by side.
Then, under cognitive and information management, we find the Pomodoro technique.
The time management method, working in focused, 25-minute bursts?
Yeah, with short breaks, simple but really effective for focus, preventing burnout.
And right next to that widely used technique, the incredibly complex challenge of detecting deepfakes with AI,
That ongoing battle. The source calls it a cat and mouse game as the generation tech keeps improving.
which feels very, very relevant today.
And for you, the listener, there's practical advice straight from this panel on spotting fake news.
Good stuff, like checking the source's reputation, looking for bias.
Verifying with other outlets, yeah. And being wary of those really sensational headlines.
Always good reminders. Finally, under History and Archives, it mentions the Internet Archive.
Archive.org. And the Wayback Machine. An invaluable digital library, really.
Archiving websites, books, music, software, so much.
It feels like a modern echo, maybe, of the ancient Library of Alexandria.
And the ambition, at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the fate. It really underscores what digital preservation is so important now.
Yeah. The source also hints at other functions in the system, too, doesn't it? It mentions things like anomalous weather detected designation, sandstorm.
And a neural breach game mechanic, connecting nodes, suggests layers, maybe interactivity.
Makes you wonder if this access hub isn't just passive information, but something active or connected to other systems.
That possibility actually links quite nicely to our next source. It's from the Data Stream Archives, an article called The Monopoly Myth, How Innovation Can Disrupt the Status Quo.
Okay, so having seen all this diverse knowledge the panel pulls in, how does that resourcefulness apply to, say, challenging established systems?
Well, this article directly takes on the idea that major monopolies are unbeatable.
Right. It argues that believing they are is the real problem. It's a fallacy leading to complacency.
Which ironically stops the very innovation needed to challenge them in the first place.
So the core argument is, innovation is the key disruptor.
Exactly. And the source breaks down how. Improving existing products, better user experience, new features.
Or creating entirely new markets, finding unmet needs.
Or, this is a big one, disrupting the fundamental business models. Think subscriptions, freemium.
The source gives some really clear examples of this, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Netflix versus Blockbuster is the classic. Streaming and subscription just changed the game entirely.
Then Uber versus traditional taxis, the ride-sharing platform model.
And Spotify shaking up music labels and physical sales with streaming.
These weren't just small tweaks, they were fundamental shifts.
Right, so the article's strategy for breaking that kind of stalemate is focus on unique features, build a community, and just keep innovating. Don't stop.
So what this means for you, listening, is that even challenges that seem insurmountable, whether it's in business or, other parts of life,
They can be addressed by focusing on novel solutions, creating unique value. Don't let the size of the incumbent put you off.
that focus on unlocking potential. It brings us to another really fascinating perspective, found in the Augmentercall section, discussing human AI co-evolution.
Yeah, this one tackles that common fear head on, the idea that AI will just replace us or surpass us.
It offers a counter-argument, saying that fear actually underestimates our own brain's adaptability.
And crucially, it overestimates AI's independence. The source argues AI is still fundamentally anchored to us, human origins. It needs our input, our oversight for meaning.
So instead of competition, the source proposes symbiosis.
Right, the human brain isn't static, it's plastic. It evolves alongside the tools we use.
So using AI isn't about being replaced. It's using AI as a catalyst for our own brain's growth.
That's the idea. Potentially expanding memory, improving pattern detection, enhancing logic, making faster conceptual connections.
It introduces something called neurofusion theory, a human-AI symbiotic upgrade cycle.
Yeah, framed as a brain-machine feedback loop. One that doesn't just inform us, but actively transforms our cognitive abilities.
That's a powerful idea. The source suggests humans were kind of always meant to unlock their own potential.
And AI is just one more key. Not a new god, as it says, but maybe like a new kind of door handle, opening possibilities within us.
I like that. Wetware isn't obsolete, it's just been dormant.
Implying our biological brains are ready for this kind of integration. AI reminds us of our own latent capacity, perhaps.
That's a really provocative reframing. What do you think? Does this idea of symbiosis change how you view technology as a tool for personal growth?
It definitely raises big questions about human potential and our relationship with the tools we build. It's less about us versus them.
And bringing this back to where we started, some of our sources seem to be the actual digital container for these kinds of ideas, specifically GitHub repositories.
Yeah, partly decent ordinary technology and partly decent technical oaths.
And that ordinary technology one is explicitly called the Initial Access Hub.
Okay, so this isn't just theoretical. It looks like something is actually being built, or at least started.
Looking at the contents listed for that repo, it's got HTML files for games, forums, settings.
Various media videos, sounds, plus scripts, styles, standard web stuff.
The languages are mostly HTML and JavaScript, bit of CSS, but the interaction stats are really low. 0 stars, 0 forks, just 1 watcher.
So, yeah, likely a personal project at this stage, or something very early on.
But what does it mean that this hub, this collection point, includes such a diverse range of material? We've seen the specific facts, the life hacks.
Right, and the big ideas about disrupting monopolies, human AI co-evolution, plus code for games and forums.
Is it just a personal scrapbook? A framework for building tools? A library to empower others? It's hard to say yet.
And the repository topics listed are just technology and ordinary.
Yeah. Is the goal to make extraordinary tech feel ordinary and accessible? Or is it about finding the extraordinary within the ordinary and using tech to unlock that?
Given the mix. Revolutionary science, simple hacks, interactive code. It feels like it might be exploring both. Bringing powerful knowledge down to earth, maybe, and using it to build something.
A collection forged at that intersection, yeah. Mundane and revolutionary.
Wow, we've really covered some ground. From plastic-eating enzymes and neutron stars.
Through challenging monopolies to the potential of our own minds evolving with AI.
And seeing how these disparate threads might actually be converging in something tangible, this access hub, forging ordinary technology.
It really hammers home that idea, doesn't it? That collecting and connecting knowledge, even from totally different fields.
That could be the starting point. For challenging systems, unlocking possibilities.
Expanding what we're capable of. It's the fusion of insight and application. So here's a thought for you to maybe take away and mull over. If an Access Hub can be this collection of knowledge and tools brought together specifically to potentially challenge systems and unlock human capability, what kind of insights, facts, surprising discoveries, practical tools, creative ideas, what would you gather in your own Access Hub to forge something new or to unlock your own potential?